It was 1991. I was just starting to get interested in sports. My father left the TV on. It was a Duke basketball game on, led by the great Christian Laettner and Grant Hill, and alongside them, Bobby Hurley, Thomas Hill, and Brian Davis. All starters averaged double figures, scoring and their floor general and knockdown shooter Bobby Hurley. I had no clue where Duke University was located, and honestly, in today's generation, Duke sounds like you gotta pause every time you say it. Being from South Central Los Angeles, the norm was being UCLA or USC fans. The hip-hop culture rolled with UNLV, with Larry Johnson, Augment, Anderson Hunt, Greg Anthony, and then came the Fab Five, Weber, Rose, Howard, King, and Jackson. A young black kid being a Duke fan was unheard of. In my parts, Duke was looked at like Will Smith at Bel Air Academy, a school full of Uncle Toms and Carlton Banks. Coach K didn't just want athletes, he wanted student athletes. And the inner city kids could care less about education. All they wanted was money and the NBA dream. When my friends found out I was a Duke fan, they said, "What? Duke? Yuck. You must be a Brian Gumble fan. I bet you can hit that Carlton dance flawlessly." I felt like an outcast among my fellow black friends. Although I was teased as a Duke fan, I got the last laugh when they hit the court. 3 of the 5 Duke starters were black, but the hood didn't care. In their eyes, Grant Hill, Thomas Hill, and Brian Davis wasn't black enough. They didn't have the Fab Five swagger, UNLV Rebels' mean, grimy attitudes. They were the blue-collar Duke Blue Devils, who once that ball went up, they were the best team on the court. Now their leader, Laettner, wasn't no punk or pushover. He looked like Zach Morris, but was physical like Charles Oakley on the court. Laettner was hated badly, and I loved it. And I even caught a few beatdowns for my love for Duke basketball. There aren't any real black players on Duke, like Hill, Thomas, and Davis didn't count. The black community did this to each other a lot, like being well-educated was looked down on. Coach K didn't see race. He saw talent, well-mannered, well-educated. Young gentlemen who could kick that ass on the basketball court. As time flew by, more and more young black kids flocked to Duke basketball. When you're constantly winning and on TV, this will happen. And people realize Coach K is a great coach, leader of men, and wanted best for his players. I've been a Duke basketball fan for 32 years now, seeing ship after ship, watching Duke greats like Shane Battier, Carlos Boozer, Elton Brand, J.J. Redick, Sheldon Williams, Luol Deng, Jay Williams, Kyrie Irving, Zion, Brandon Ingram, Mike Dunleavy Jr., Cherokee Parks, and Corey Maggette. We could be here all night, people. All in all, Duke University is one of the best basketball programs of all time, and I'm proud to call myself a fan. By the way, I was a fan for 5 years, and at age 11, I realized Duke was in North Carolina this whole damn time.